my brother, my big brother, Herinaina. How are you, sir? Are you?
Hey.
Awesome.
Hello, Lord. Abariaku. It's been a while. How are you?
Yes, it has been quite a while. I'm very fine, thank you.
Yes, that's great. That's good.
Awesome. So this session is a session which is being run by the Y, by us, the Africa Alliance, the Y. And the idea is to kind of put into perspective everything that we have done so far, to make sure that we are clear on what the purpose is, to look back a little bit on how far we've come, and also to look forward. So this will not be a 2-hour session. At most, it will be an hour. It's just looking back. And also making some announcements, having a discussion on way forward. We would also love your feedback on how we should move forward. So I think Herinaina will be, not Herinaina, sorry, Lawrence will be setting up the translation room. So Herinaina can offer the translation for those of us who are speaking in French. So Lawrence, is that in place already?
Yeah, Herinaina, I just gave you hosting right. I can't see the option. So can you just open the translation room? Thank you.
Okay. Awesome. Great. So the first question that I would like to ask is, now that we have completed the futures thinking and we have completed the first iteration of design thinking, and the next session will be mostly design thinking, and this is where we will begin to create some solutions. So interpretation is now available for those who need interpretation. Can get the French translation, interpretation.
Oui,
so,
bonjour. Oui, oui, bonjour. Bonjour, t'entends très bien.
Okay. Is everything okay now? Is everything okay now? Okay, sawa. Let's move forward. The thing about the session today is I'd like us to reflect backwards on our key learning points, and I'd also like us to discuss the leaderboards. I'd also like to hear a bit of feedback from you regarding the implementation of your projects or any standout ideas that you have. So let me start by asking if, Lawrence, are you able to share with us the leaderboard, just so that we can see how far we are doing with delivery of our projects, how far we are doing with the assignments, etc., etc. So Lawrence, are you able to share?
Unfortunately, I'm using phone, so I can share. I don't know if you, if anyone else is using their computer, so they can just share. I can send them through email.
Okay, just send them to me. I'm also using phone, but I think I can share. So just send it to me. I'd like us to discuss the leaderboard and assignments. So the purpose of that leaderboard is to make sure that when we get to the end, now it is the end of the module, it's about time when we assign somebody to travel for an opportunity, the same one that Francisca had. And it's very important for us to use merit in identifying this person. So that leaderboard is very important. So once I get it, I'll be able to share. But maybe I'd like to hear from Francisca. You've probably shared already, but what was your experience in Ethiopia in brief when you had the opportunity to travel? Remember, Francisca is one who performed best in Module 1. So Francisca, are you able to tell us a little bit from your travels?
Yes, hello everyone. So I went to Ethiopia in March, from March 9th to 11th for the African SDGs, Youth SDGs Summit, which saw a presence of about 250 young people in person and others online, and from about 25 African countries. We basically went there to discuss the SDGs and see how young people can accelerate their efforts towards achieving them after COVID-19 and its effects on our lifestyle. That was what it was basically about. So we had a lot of sessions. There were plenary high-profile sessions, and there were parallel sessions where for advocacy and other things. So you can choose the session you want to go for the plenary, but for the parallel sessions, but for the plenaries, it was for all of us. And I was glad to be a speaker at one of the plenary sessions, and it was about the road to COP27, accelerating actions of young people and on climate change. That was what we spoke about. And for me, so the questions that were thrown to me, I spoke about what NGOs are doing for young people now and what more governments can also do for young people to support us. Aside that, I had some fun in Ethiopia. I met Ebenezer. That is our colleague in Ethiopia. Unfortunately, I couldn't meet Deborah because the time we wanted to meet, there was traffic or road blockages in town, so we couldn't meet. And I had a chance to explore Ethiopia. I went to the African Union headquarters, stadium, and other things. And it was a nice experience. I've sent my report already, but any other person who also wants to find out more about what went on there in details can also contact me, and I can share as well. Thank you. I want to say thank you to African Alliance of YMCAs and our leaders for S2C, Lloyd, Lawrence, a lot of help. Thank you very much.
Welcome, Francisca, and thank you for the good work. Actually, you earned it. You earned it. Is there anyone who has any questions they would like to raise with Francisca regarding her experience? Anyone? Ebenezer, you met Francisca. Maybe you could tell us a little bit about her experience from your perspective.
Okay, thank you, Owens, Lloyd. We do have as she tell you that we do have a little time because there was a meeting which have been held, and so we do have we pass only a few hours, like 1 hour something, and Francisca is so nice girl. She has been sharing her experience, and we do have we have been passing a little time, and we have already discussed about using engagements in the NGOs and the values of users, contribution of African Renaissance. We have discussed a little bit, but we were been planning to have like one plenty of time, but we didn't get that time.
Okay. Thank you very much. So Fionn, you joined us in the middle actually of implementation of this S2C Ambassador program. What's been your experience so far?
My experience with the S2C?
Yes, so far. What is your experience so far?
I've enjoyed it. I really have. Initially it took like some time getting used to waking up early on a Saturday, but other than that, I actually appreciate all that I'm learning, getting to know different things about other African countries and knowing the problems they face and stuff like that.
Thank you. There are some questions in the chat. Lawrence, could you read them out, please? It's difficult for me using the phone. I'm not very technically adept, but there are some questions. Are you able to read them out?
Yeah. Harry Nina, can you please help to translate the French ones?
I think he has translated.
Okay. So someone can about the it the swab of organ accession. There's something for considering. Yeah, and these are the two questions.
I don't think
Francesca, over to. Sorry?
No, go ahead, Francisca.
Your colleagues are asking.
Yeah, so
over to you,
about the
Francisca.
difficult. Hello.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
So about difficulties, it was my first time actually traveling out of my country. So basically the difficulties I faced was because it was my first time, and there are lots of things I didn't know. And yeah, sometimes you end up especially when I go to Ethiopia, when I go to the airport, I ended at the wrong place, spent so much time. And then even in Ethiopia, basically you don't know your way around town, and then communication, because you had to depend on Wi-Fi. If you're not in your hotel room or at the conference center, it means you can't communicate, because I didn't have SIM cards. So I think that was the major problem. But apart from that, it was easy because I had started preparing in Ghana before I went there, because I knew I was going to speak. I started preparing, I did my research and everything before I got there. So it was more like implementing what I had already prepared for. So basically the challenges was because I didn't know the place, but for the work I went to do there, it wasn't much difficult. And then the next question about feedback session. I would love to engage with my colleagues on that. It hasn't come to mind, but now that it has popped up, I think it would be a nice idea. So we talk and share ideas. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And how about back to Fionn? Have you had a chance to speak to any of the... Wait, there's another question. Yes, Fiona has asked a question. Did you experience any culture shock, or is it similar? I mean, is the culture similar to that in your country?
Okay, so I think because of past experiences and studies I've taken, I've been able to learn to accommodate other people's cultures. But one thing that, in fact, shocked me and I couldn't forget was there's one Ethiopian food. I've forgotten the name, but the person said they ate uncooked meat, raw meat. For me, it was quite shocking. I think that's the only one. But aside that, I think they have an interesting culture. They have beautiful songs. They performed at the opening ceremony. It was beautiful. And in fact, I had a chance to go to one of their night outings, and they have nice food. They have nice music. Their dressing is on point. And yeah, I love the culture. Apart from the meat, everything else was beautiful. Even though the food was difficult for me to eat, but it was a new experience. So I tried it. Thank you.
Yeah, Veneza is posted and said it's called Kitfo. I hope I've pronounced it well. It's called Kitfo.
Sure, you pronounced it well.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I
okay,
like it actually.
I
understand the struggle. I like the meat, but it's actually quite, it's a new experience. The first time you have it, so it's difficult. So Herenina is asking whether you eat raw meat in Ethiopia. That's a question from Herenaina. Ebenezer.
Yeah.
I don't know if this question is to you, but did you eat raw meat in Ethiopia? I don't know if that's a question to you or to Francisca.
Okay. If it is for me, in our culture, especially on the holidays, we are most of the time we are being eating raw meat.
Awesome. So the question was actually to to Francisca.
Okay.
So Francisca, did you eat the meat?
No, I couldn't eat it. In Ghana, we cook meat, even beef, we have to boil it before we fry, before we eat. So it is so cooked in Ghana. For raw, I just couldn't bring myself to. So I didn't try. I may vomit or I may show any form of allergy that might disturb. So I didn't try it.
Nina says it's actually very nice. It's yummy, and yes, it's just that it's a new experience, but the food is quite nice.
Oh, next time I get the chance, I'll try.
Yes. So on our leaderboard currently, again, Francisca is leading. I don't know if I can share it. I'm not sure I'm able to share it on my phone. Let's see if I can share it. Okay. I'm seeing, let's see. Okay. So it says it's not possible to share. But on the current leaderboard, we have, I think, Francesca, we have Marietu. I think, if I'm not wrong, we also have Abba, who are competing for the next opportunity. And Fionn, yes. So ladies are doing very well. Congratulations to you. We'll
There's
share
also
with you
Jean
the,
and Enoch.
Thank you.
there you go. The Jean and Enoch also competing for that. So on the current leaderboard, you know, opportunity to have the next travel to the next event are those people that we mentioned. Now, to get on the leaderboard right now, we need you to hand over your assignments. So what's going to happen when we receive your assignments? We haven't received all of them because the competition is so tight. We'll have to mark the assignments and then give the results based on the markings of the assignments. There are also some certain new activities that have come up. So, for example, I think it is, I see the questions on the chat, so I'll allow Francisca to ask them. But one of the things that I'd like to encourage is, I think it's the Liberia S2C ambassadors who got funding for activities. That counts a lot towards your points. And I hope we all are tempted to apply for the GYM, the Global Youth Mobilization process. Attempting to apply counts to your points. And not only does it do that, but once you get the funding, then it makes it very easy for us to facilitate. For this year's Africa Youth Month, we'll be sending you the approximately $900 to support you implement your projects that you are developing in the implementation of in the design thinking, futures thinking classes. So the project that you're doing, we are going to send you an amount of money to help you implement it. But we are encouraging you also to fundraise, and you know, the Global Youth Mobilization Funds are one such opportunity. But back to the questions, I see there are some questions here, and you can also ask me questions regarding what I've just said. So let me look in the chat box. There is, I think it's Maturin from Togo who asked, did Francisca feel she was up to the task, or was she afraid of the task? Is she proud of her participation in this meeting, or does she feel she didn't measure up? So Francisca, over to you.
Okay. Thank you for the question. So honestly, before I was going, when I was preparing, they actually asked us to send in topics that we are going to speak on. So I did send the topic. And then when the invitation was brought, they had changed the topic. They had actually given us a topic to speak on. So which means all the research I had done, I had to redo it. And I became quite nervous and anxious at the time, to be honest. And then when I got there and I realized the big people who were on my panel and even other bigger people who were part of the event, yeah, I got a bit tensed up. But due to good research I did, I think I was able to deliver well. And even I think that was also what helped me to form a lot of networks at the event, especially for those who organized the program, that is Youth Advocates Ghana. Yeah, and then I made networks with people because they liked what I said and they believe what I said was actually what needed to be spoken about. So just to give you a quick glimpse of what I spoke about, I was actually asked about what government is doing for young people in Africa currently and what more do I think they can do. And I responded that I won't say government is not doing anything at all, but it looks like our NGOs and CSOs are doing better for young people than our government, because it looks like most of those in government now are our fathers. Even though they do say we are the leaders, future leaders, they don't let us take decisions. They don't involve us in certain critical aspects of governance of our nations. For instance, climate. We are the ones who are going to face the effects of climate change in the next 20 years. So if decisions need to be made today, why don't you let those who are going to experience the challenges make the decisions and work towards it? I don't think it will be prudent if you make the decision for them today and the next 20 years you are not there, and then there are issues and you can't even be found to come and respond to it or help out. So what I will entreat governments to do for young people is to give us the space to work and guide us with their expertise and the knowledge they have gathered throughout their work and their lives as elderly people. So that was basically the small, but basically that was where my conversation was surrounded. And other young people also thought it was the same. It's good they let us do the work. They shouldn't say we can't do it. They should give us a chance to do it, but then guide us with whatever resources we have so we can also do our best. So then in the next 10 or 20 years, when they are not there, we can be very effective leaders. So that was basically what I spoke about. I was quite tense in the beginning, but later when I got there, I managed to pull through and it was nice. So thank you very much. I think there was another question.
Yeah, you can answer the second question about your sad moment, but you can read it there. Just go ahead.
Okay, so I don't remember my saddest moment in Ethiopia, but okay, so it was when I was leaving. When I was leaving, I was so sad. When I got there, I met some Ghanaians in Ethiopia, some who were at African Union. Lawrence wonderfully links me to one person there, and then some people at the Ghana embassy. And a lot of Ghanaians also attended the summit because the institution that was organizing it or hosting it is Ghanaian. So a lot of Ghanaians went there. So I met a lot of them. We had a lot of fun. We went for house parties, especially those that they entertained us so well. So when I was leaving, in fact, I was very sad. But my happiest moment was during my presentation or during my panel discussion, when I finished speaking, because I wasn't sure how they would take what I was going to say, because there were quite some strong bullets in there, which I didn't even tell you. And when I finished and everyone was clapping, in fact, I was so happy and so humbled. So yes, leaving was sad, but my participation, when they clapped for me and they applauded me, I was so happy. Thank you.
There's another question from Lawrence. I don't know if you've seen it. Yeah.
Yes, how my life has changed. In fact, my life has changed a lot. First of all, I have come to value such discussions and such high-profile sessions. I think a lot of us young people in Africa are not really concerned about governance. We feel we are unemployed, so we just need money in our pockets. But then I've come to realize that it's more than just having money in your pocket as a young person. If you don't get involved and you don't take charge today, tomorrow we are the ones who are going to suffer. And I saw it clear at the event. This was an event for young people. And it looks like most of us African countries have the same problems. And after speaking, we realized we need to take charge. So I think that aspect, it has sparked a certain fire in me to take charge as a young person and ensure the right thing is done in our countries. Aside that, it was my first international travel. So I had my first visa. And yes, and aside that, since I came, I realized I've been participating more in issues of governance and even bigger ones, international issues. So since I came, I have attended the National Youth Climate Summit. I also attended the Ghana Economic Outlook Summit. And these are just to another smaller summit. I think now I'm building myself more to be able to speak for young people in Africa and even beyond. And then it has even changed my way of thinking and seeing things, because now it is no more limited to just Ghana, but then Ghana, Ethiopia, and even the other young people I met there. So it has changed my life a lot. It has changed the way I see things, how I think about things, how I articulate things, and even my passions and what I want to do. Yeah, thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Francisca. And I think for me, you are shy to speak about your engagement with the Gender is My Agenda campaign youth, GMAC. Maybe you could speak a little bit about that.
Yes, so Gender is My Agenda, GMAC. It's GMAC basically means Gender is My Agenda campaign. It is for young people. It is to empower young people and young girls. And I was glad, and I would like all of you to help me say thank you to Lloyd for this opportunity to join GMAC. And yes, so that is what I'm up to now. I'm representing them in Ghana to help do with gender issues. And so far, we've had one event that is, where I was also a speaker at the event. It was online last month, which is Women's Month, International Women's Month. So we had one program where I was also a speaker there. Turned out so well. And now we are working on, so it's new in Ghana. So we are working on starting with stakeholder engagement to get people on board. It's also an international organization, and they are working with Plan International, I think United Nations, and other international bodies. Yes, that is the new thing I'm up to. So basically, we are working on, or Ghana is working on building stakeholders. And in fact, Ethiopia has helped me a lot, because when I went to Ethiopia, I found a lot of other organizations that were into women and girls empowerment and youth empowerment. And when GMAC came, I realized most of the contacts I made there will come in handy, even those in Ghana who went with us. So that is what I'm up to. Thank you, Lloyd, very much for that opportunity as well.
You're welcome. And such opportunities are open to all of us. I'm glad that Francisca is here, and Francisca can let us see clearly that this is not just about attending the sessions or doing the assignments, or that is very important, but there's an end to this. We want you to be connected. We want you to feel that you can access opportunities out there. We want you to enjoy the opportunities that exist. So here at the Africa Alliance, we have knowledge of some opportunities that exist. For example, the Gender is My Agenda campaign and others that come up. And these opportunities, usually we are asked, do you have a young person who is able to take up this role? We are very clear in making these opportunities exclusively available to you and to helping you to access these opportunities. So for example, There is the GYM, the Global Youth Mobilization Funding. And that funding is, it's a rolling funding. It should still be open, Tafadwa. I can be corrected if I'm wrong, but it should still be open as far as I see, as far as I saw. The GYM is a funding that was created by the World Health Organization, and the World Health Organization contracted the big 6 organizations, of which the YMCA is included, through our office in Geneva. Now, when that funding was put up, it is very open to youth. The barriers to access have really been made low. So all you need to do is provide a convincing project proposal, and there's a panel of youth that sits down to assess those projects, and then you access it. But it doesn't end there. Once you get your facilitation, once you get the funds, if your project was very good, then what happens next is that you can be featured. Like if you go to the website, today, I can put the website in the chat later, you will see there's a project from Bangladesh that won some recognition after it had received funding for how innovative it is. Because we are using future thinking and design thinking, our projects are very competitive across the world. If we were able to access this funding, maybe 6 or 7 projects, or even all the projects here are able to access funding, which ranges from $500 to $5,000. Imagine what you can do with $5,000 in your project. If you needed any assistance, like a recommendation, if you needed to write a proposal and you needed for it to be, for someone to look at it before you send it, you can very easily send it to me. Welcome back, Erenaina.
Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, you're still in the main room. I saw you had left, and maybe you could, Lawrence, you could facilitate.
I will do that. Lawrence appointed me as the host. I can do.
Okay, all right. Okay, awesome. Okay, if you need any help, just let me know. So I was saying that if you needed help developing your GYM proposal, send it over to me. I'll be very happy to look at it and give my input. We would even think place, and Dr. Katindi would also be of help through my office. So please, I know because of the exigencies of work and all that, it may have been difficult for us to look at the GYM. Yeah, but please do take a look. I think Manturin, your microphone is on. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, please feel free to contact me. It's very important that you access this funding. This funding is there, it's open, it's there for you. You can get anything from $500 to $5,000. Even if you are to get $5,000, we will still facilitate the $900 that you'll get at the end of the year once your project proposal is written, or if you would like it earlier, you can still request and we would facilitate it for you. So this is an opportunity that's open for you to have a significant impact. So I urge you, please apply. And when you apply, please let me know. Send me an email or text me on WhatsApp and say, tell me I have made this application. Send me a copy of your application so that I have it on record. It would be awesome. And one last thing, please make use of the skills and the tools that you are gaining with the design thinking and the futures thinking, because that will help your chances of getting funding even more. And you will succeed in terms of having an innovative project. So I really, really urge you, when you're developing those proposals, please make sure you use the tools and the skills that you are getting. Pion says, let me see, Pion, you want to speak? I see you texted something. Would you like to speak or would you like me to read it out for you?
Could you please read it out for me?
Okay. Pion says, I suppose I am motivated by the fact that I essentially have a community of people from other countries who face the same problems I wish to tackle and fix my country. Here at the S2C program, I get to learn and discover new ways to better my community. All this gives me confidence that I will be able to affect change. And that's awesome. That is awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Pion. Are there any questions up until there? Anyone who has any burning issue that they would like to ask? Or any clarification?
I'm sorry, Larry. I think
Go ahead.
Karimana asked about a summary of what has been said.
Sorry, so you said you would like a summary of the essential points? Okay. Wow, I wish I could remember all of them. Okay. So the wow, I've said so many things. Which exactly would you like me to summarize about?
But Karimana, who asked about the summary of what has been said in this session.
Okay, for the purpose of the translation, right? Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. I understand. I understand. Okay. So I'll make a summary of what I said. First of all, I am encouraging us to use all the tools, the design thinking tools and the features thinking tools that you have been taught so far, and all the techniques in developing your project. That's one. Two, there are opportunities that exist for you to fund your projects. And one such opportunity is the GYM, the Global Youth Mobilization Funding. And that Global Youth Mobilization Funding, I think it is open. It is running up until the funds exist. I mean, the funds get finished. So it's from $500 to $5,000, depending on various criteria. So please feel free to look at the website. It will give you a hint. I had posted the website on the WhatsApp group, but I'll post it again for us to see. Please feel free to visit that website. If you need help, so for example, you have developed a proposal and you wanted another person to look at it, please send it to me. I will look at it. If you wanted maybe ThinkPlace or Dr. Katindi to also help, please send it to me and I will forward it to them, share it with them. The other thing is that at the end of the year, for Africa Youth Month, we are still going to give $900, but this time we'll give the $900 each or thereabouts. It could be a bit more, it could be a bit less. We are going to give this funding for you to run your projects, the one which you are developing right now. So please be very thorough, because we're going to look at these projects and we are going to see how we can facilitate them. So if there is any other funding opportunity, I will also share it if I come across it. And please jump on these opportunities. They are exclusively, we are giving you an exclusive advantage that we are not giving to any other person within the YMCA movement in Africa, because we value you as S2C ambassadors. So please reach out to me if you haven't already. Okay. That is basically the summary of what we've talked about regarding the funds. Regarding the assignments, I see Dylan asked a question about assignments. You're welcome, Erenina. If you need any other clarification, by the way, please let me know. But regarding the assignments, we've noticed that the assignments are very slow in coming in. We encourage you to please submit your assignments. If this assignment is difficult to understand, please don't keep quiet. Raise it with Lawrence. Raise what is the difficulty. Is it that you're finding it difficult to understand the question, or you're finding it difficult to do the work? And we are here to help in terms of engagement with the work. But the assignments are quite critical in helping us be clear that you have understood the assignment. So please don't keep quiet. Finish the assignment. If you're having trouble with the assignment, let us know. So how it works is attendance counts for something, but delivery of assignments counts for more. And it's okay if you miss a session or two, as long as you watch the video and don't miss more than a set number of sessions. I recommend don't miss more than 3 sessions, but please submit all assignments. Don't miss submitting even one assignment. They all count for something. So yeah, that is important for us to note in terms of the assignments. Any question up until there? Anyone with any question? Yes.
I would like to know, because the last session, Dr. Patrick, I was like a bit confused because it was like she asked for a summary of all the things for this second part of the module. I was also thinking like she asked to do all the tools that she gave us to use them for our project and do it in a text and send it to the I don't know. So if it were like to do a summary or use the tool that she gave us, all the tools.
Okay, if I got your question right, because your microphone is not very clear. You're asking, first there was some kind of, you were a little bit confused as to what Dr. Katindi was asking. Was she asking for you to do a summary of everything she taught? Or was she asking you to do a summary of all the tools? Did I get the question right?
Yes.
Okay. Was there any, unfortunately, I wasn't there for the session, but is there anyone who can help in clarifying for Maria too? Or was this a common confusion? Anyone in the group who can help? Okay. What I can do is I can refer to Dr. Katindi and then get back to you by Monday. Okay. Yeah. All right. So don't worry about it. I'll talk to her, and I will get back to you. All right. I see there are 2 more questions. I can see Dylan, which question didn't you get? I hope I've clarified it. Huh? So Lloyd and Lawrence, is there a possibility we can get regalia or material for ambassadors? We'll see about that. I'm not sure if it's possible to get regalia because, and I'll tie it to the second question which was asked regarding the meeting, the S2C ambassador meeting. Usually this is what happens. Usually this is what happens. S2C ambassador program is usually a partnership between the Africa Alliance of YMCAs and the World Alliance of YMCAs. So the Africa Alliance of YMCAs provides some funding and the World Alliance provides another funding, a part of funding. So the World Alliance will provide funding for you as change agents. Africa Alliance will provide funding for you as S2C ambassadors. So previous cohorts have graduated as S2C ambassador and change agents at the same time. So they've taken a double goal. So sometimes, like what happened in the case of Lawrence, all funding came from the World Alliance. So they graduated mostly as change agents, World Alliance or YMCA change agents. Now, this year is a little bit different because of COVID. We were not able to access sufficient funds for a physical meeting, but we were able to access sufficient funds to have some very good consultants come on board and train us on skills of design thinking and features thinking. So for that reason, most of the funding that has been used is being used to pay for the consultants who spend time with us, taking us through very complex ideas. That's one. Two, the World Alliance of YMCAs does not have a change agent program currently. They suspended it, I think, up until the close of the World Council. So I'm not sure if it will be revived, but currently as it sits, we don't have an active change agent program. So what that means is that it's very difficult for there to be a physical meeting of S2C ambassadors this year. However, there are opportunities. For example, there's the Africa Alliance of YMCA's General Assembly, which is in June of next year. I don't know if it will be a possibility, but if there will be sufficient funding, there is a possibility that that will happen. There will be a physical meeting. But as for now, all the funding is being used for training, and the travel is limited to those who perform very well for the modules, like what happened in Francisca's case. We've had to make that adjustment because of the reality of the day. So I want to encourage you to be very proactive and to take this one-of-a-kind program very seriously, because no other S2C ambassador group has had the kind of intense training and intense skill building that you have had in a very structured and meaningful manner. Yeah. So, okay. I don't know how to pronounce your name again. Let me just say Gay. You say that sometimes there are difficulties being present in the sessions, and sometimes it is a connection problem. And I understand you don't have to attend all of them. What is important is to watch the videos if you're not able to attend the sessions. We always nowadays have these sessions live on YouTube, so we don't worry about downloading the video. These sessions are always live, and you can always go back and watch the video. And what I can say is, even if you miss a session, please go back and watch the video. For the French speakers, I see a conversation on the French speakers. What we understand the challenge and what's a big weakness of the Africa Alliance. Yes, the fact that you're not able to participate as well as you could because of the language barrier is something that is definitely taken into consideration. So for example, if you submit your document on time, and if you are knowledgeable about the material, these are all factors that will contribute. And if you do very well as a French speaker, predominantly French speaker, you will not be discriminated. My apologies that we've not had French material being shared with you. It's something that we will do. We'll try and translate all the material and get it to you. But thank you, Herenaina, for being there and translating for us. So at least we have a French interpretation that happens. We tried to have French interpretation videos, but they haven't worked very well. Any other question? So if there are another question, we are going back to design thinking in the next sessions. And we're going to the process of ideation in the next modules. And then you will have your project. So it's a very interesting and exciting process that we're going to get into. We'll start to have the conversations with Think Place again. And I really look forward to it. And I wish you all the best in those sessions. Please keep in mind the leaderboard. Lawrence will paste it to you. We'll share with you the most recent leaderboard. And we will make sure that you are well represented. Anything that you would like from us, please share with us. Is there anyone who would like to share anything, as I don't want us to stay longer than that? Anyone who would like to share anything, please feel free, this is your time. I see, I think Nuteho, I hope I've pronounced your name well. And they have texted. Okay, we will try and help you to be at the same level. We'll work very hard to make sure that it happens. And my brother Herenaina is there, and where he's able to help, please also reach out to him. Okay, there's also something from Gabe. Okay, we will help you to be updated. So what we will do, we will put all the assignments together and share them with you one more time. All the gaps. Please cover these gaps within the next week or so that you're not left behind. Yeah. And congratulations to the Liberian team on getting funding. Next time we will probably hear a little bit about about where you're funded. I just don't want to keep everyone longer than an hour. I had promised an hour, and they came in at around 40%. Unless there's a burning issue. I see Maturin has texted something, so let's see the translation. translation comes in. Anyone else? Yes. No, you have a deadline. So now that thank you for that question and for the translation. What is the deadline to complete the projects and submit the activity reports to you? Now, this is how it goes. Every assignment, you have to submit at least according to the deadline of the person who gave the assignment. So, for example, if it was Dr. Katindi who said that by next session, she wants an assignment done, that is the deadline of that assignment. Okay, if you miss it, then you get points deducted. Okay, and remember that you're not building many projects. Please remember that you have one big project that you're building as you go along. Remember at the very beginning, you gave a problem statement and you've been working slowly on the project. So you've been looking at the system gaps within the problem. You've been looking at all those issues. So you're building onto this project as you continue. At the end of it all, once you have submitted all assignments in time, and once you have written the proposal in time, what will happen is that we will give you up until the end of the year to make sure that you have implemented your activities, or if you need a bit more time, you'll have to negotiate with us about how much time you need. But all the monthly assignments must be completed according to the demands of the person who gave the assignment. So if you have any pending assignments for Dr. Katindi, before we go into the new month, please make sure that you have submitted all assignments. Don't keep assignments in your inbox, in your outbox tray, please, because your project is being held back. Please, please, please. When the grant comes, I see a question that's coming from, I think, Maturin from Togo. We are not informed to know how to program our activities. Is it possible to inform us directly by mail when the funding arrives? Yes, it's possible. So how it works is your funding will go directly to your national movement, but you will also be informed that funding has been sent to you. So you have to liaise with the national movement. We also inform them that the money has been sent, and we inform them for what purpose. So if there's any delay, please let me know. Yeah. So the deadline, again, let me make it clear to Maturin, these are not two separate things, okay? Your personal projects contribute, sorry, let me say that again. The monthly assignments contribute to your personal projects. Okay, please note that. You're not doing many assignments out there and then a project. That your project is every step of the way there are assignments you must do. So please make sure that you are completing all your assignments on time. Because if you're not completing your assignments on time, then your personal project is incomplete. Please remember that these are not two different projects or three different projects. So I will ask, for example, let me take an example. Let me pick someone. Enoch, what is your current project? Can I hear maybe from Enoch? What is your current project?
Okay. Thank you, and hello everyone. My project is on okay, I'm tackling HIV and AIDS, and I'm still thinking of maybe having another project, but I've not started, but I'm thinking of having something on youth justice and peace, which I saw it as most relevant in my place or the place I stay, which is okay. I stay next to an informal settlement in the city of Nairobi, and I saw there's like a block between the youth and the police where they cannot, or the relationship between the police and the youth is not that good. And I saw there is a need of doing something or a project on working on that, like the youth or the peace between or creating peace between the youth and the police. That's what I'm thinking of starting. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, now Enoch, you're a little late. By now, you should have had your project already decided. Okay. Because once you started with the think place, the first thing you should have done is to have a problem statement. Yeah. And then you should have been doing research on your problem. And then you should have now gone into the session with Dr. Katindi to identify what are the system gaps and what are the trends that are related to your project. Okay, so your project, you need to have decided by now, is it HIV and AIDS or is it youth justice? Okay, so you really need to decide right now, what is your project? Okay, Enoch, is that okay? Enoch, is it clear?
Okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
I'll act on it
Yes.
very soon or right from now.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. In terms of, there's a question that's come from Tafadza, is it possible to change projects? Yes, especially if it has to do with what you have been taught in the sessions. That's an excellent reason to change your project. If you feel the problem you are trying to sort in the beginning is not, can change because of what you are learning, please change it. What I really would like you to do is to make sure that you have informed us of this change. Okay. All right. So what is supposed to have happened is you're supposed to have done, okay, let me ask someone else. Let me hear from Dylan in Zimbabwe. Is it Zimbabwe? You're always confused if it's Dylan, you're from Zimbabwe or Zambia. Dylan, are you from Bulawayo?
Yes, I'm from Zimbabwe, Bulawayo.
Okay, awesome. So what's your project about?
Like Tafatso has asked, I was thinking of changing my project, but what I planned previously, I wanted to look into civic engagement, why young people are failing to engage in terms of decision-making tables, in terms of meetings and all that, and looking at the fact that next year we're having national elections, on why young people take a back step when it comes to getting involved, being councillors, being MPs, vying for those positions. But then due to our political instability in Zimbabwe, when you get in that angle, one way or the other, you should make sure that you no longer stay at home because they will look for you day and night. So I was thinking I would now change, because what has come to my mind is mental health. What's the state of mental health in terms of young people after COVID, before COVID, and after COVID? Looking at the fact that most young people are the ones that were retrenched at work. Most young people are the ones that were doing small businesses, especially in Zimbabwe, because more than 90% of people are unemployed. So most businesses rely on cross-border activities, but due to COVID, all those businesses were shut down. Look at young people that were in universities and colleges. Their future is now uncertain due to the era of COVID. So that's what I'm trying to work on now in terms of what's the state of mental health of young people during and even after COVID.
Okay. You can change. Definitely, if you see what you wanted, and thank you for that clarification, Dila. You can change. You're allowed to change. Of course, when we started, we didn't know anything about design thinking or futures thinking. But now we have new knowledge, and we have seen maybe we need to address it a little bit different so you can change. This is what I would propose. Lawrence and I will prepare a template, and we will send you this template. I would like you to put in this template your project, a description of your project, and send it over to us, okay? We will prepare a template, and we will, one of the things I'd like to find out is, what is the problem? How are you going to use design, all the elements that you have learned so far? How are you using them? And how is it linked to all the assignments you have done? Okay, so we are going to prepare a template with Lawrence, and we're going to send it to you, and we'll give you some time to respond. Okay, because I think there's a need for that. Somebody has, Marietu, you said, you asked me to respond to Samuel, but I can't see Samuel's question. What is Samuel's question? Someone could.
If you see in the chat, he asked something before Safadra.
He asked something before?
Before Safadra.
Okay, can you read it out for me, please? Yeah. Maybe you can read it out for me. Someone can read it out for me. If you don't mind.
Send Samuel question so you can see.
Sorry, say that again. Marietu, your microphone is a bit noisy. Yeah, sorry about that. Gloria, you are saying something?
Yes, I said Maritu said you should give a reply to Samuel's question. I said Irena has already sent it again in the chat, so you can see it now at least.
Okay, let me see. I've been out for a long time, so what can I do to have all that has been done to so I can be in line with others, because I've missed a lot. I need your help concerning that, and to the teachers, how can you get me all what I have lost, please? Don't worry, Samuel, simply go online and look for the videos. The videos are all there with at least 80% of the information is online. I know it's a bit difficult, but it is possible for you to get all the information, including this video for today. It will be online. Watch all the videos. And I think Dr. Katindi has also been sharing all the PowerPoint presentations, as have been ThinkPlace. Go and watch them, all of them, and take some time, and then you will be able to see. Yes, Gloria, go ahead.
Samuel is out now, but I'm one of the ambassadors from Sierra Leone, and he's my partner from Sierra Leone.
Okay.
His phone was giving a bit of problem, so he does not have those fast links and chats. So I do not know how maybe you or Lawrence can help him with that.
Lawrence can share the links with him. Yeah. You also, Lawrence will share the links. I think there's a Google Doc. There's a folder on Google where he can find all these links. But we will share all the information, not just to Samuel, but to everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Any other question? or any other burning issue that you would like us to address? Okay, yeah, Lawrence has posted there, the links are available. We will share them with you. Don't worry, we will share them with you. So we'll also share with you the template for the projects. I would really like to see these projects come in. And please, once you get the template, please send over the information to Lawrence, please, as soon as possible. Also, it will help us to help you to work better. Okay. Congratulations again to Francisca. The leaderboard will also be shared with you. If there are no other issues, I'd like to pause here. Did you enjoy the motivational conversations?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. I know Cedric, and Cedric is very, very, very inspirational. He's very motivated. Cedric was part of the S2C ambassadors, I think, from the cohort 3, I think, if I'm not wrong. And I know Cedric personally because I was involved in training of the S2C ambassadors then in Senegal. He was also one of the lucky ones, because they also traveled to the Peace Boat, if I'm not wrong, which was a cruise. It was a cruise around the world where they went to Asia and did a lot of projects. They also traveled to Thailand. So they were very lucky. They got into the S2C ambassador when it was a combination of S2C ambassadors and change agents. But you're also very fortunate because you have the skill that you can use and the opportunities will be availed to you. So I like him very much, Cedric. He's one of the most dedicated members of the YMCA that I know. David also is an excellent person. He's actually an accountant. So it fascinates me very much the way Think Place works, because not only are project people involved in design thinking, but so are accountants. So it's fantastic. I see there are some questions. There's a question from Aturin. Maybe I'll respond to it once I get the translation. So, okay. So as we wait for the translation, yes, thank you. It was important to situate you in the journey, and this will happen more. We will have more sessions. Please attend if you can. I know sometimes they happen when we are short of bandwidth and they're extra, but this is how we are looking at motivation, and I want you to work better within your project. So please attend when you can. So ladies and gentlemen, I want to pause there and also say that my WhatsApp lines are open, as are Lawrence's. So please reach out to us. These sessions that you're being taken through, in conclusion, they cost people upwards of $3,000-5,000. They pay. People actually pay to get what you are getting. So, and I'm very glad that you're very committed to participating. So your participation is very encouraging, and we are very happy to have you on board. So may God bless you. May you have a wonderful week. We will let you know about next week's session. We will send you the templates, and I will still encourage you to continue being valuable members of the YMCA in Africa. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you, Lloyd.
Maturin has sent another question. You're welcome, Tufadzwa. Okay, yes, that's a good question. Your mandate ends in December of this year as S2C ambassadors, cohort 5. However, if the World Alliance has the Change Agents program starting next year, you will be our nominees to participate in the Change Agent cohort. So it depends on the decision. So you might have a bit of an extended mandate, but officially you graduate in December of this year. Okay, so see you next time. Au revoir, kwaherini, goodbye. Let's keep talking.
Bye. Enjoy your weekend.
You too. So Lawrence, we speak a little bit. You can pause the live stream. Yeah.
Hey, Nana, can you give me the hosting right?